Hello all, I am Teresa and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to learn how to paint bluebells in 5 minutes. So I have out my paint palette here. For this we need 2 greens. I have sap green and citrus green. Then I have ultramarine blue and white. And then I have this clear spot here which is floating medium. And that helps your brush move when you're painting on cardstock. And the cardstock absorbs the liquid that's in the paint. So I like to use floating medium on my brush. When I'm painting on cardstock, it helps my brush move much smoother. So I'm going to dip in my blue, I'm going to dip in my white, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make a little runway. Oh, I had a little bit of pink in there. That's okay. Blue, white, runway. Then I'm going to pick up a little bit of the floating medium on the tip of my brush, and I'm going to work that into my bristles and my fibers as well. We have both colors of blue on our, we have the blue, light blue, white on our brush. We have 2 colors, the light value and the dark value, which is our blue, and we loaded them up. With this flower, I'm usually do the stems and the leaves first. I'm going to actually do the flowers first for you guys, okay? So the first one we want to do is looking at it from the top. A bluebell is more, has like a funnel shape. I'm going to stand my brush up with the white to the top. I'm going to push down a little bit. I'm going to make a U. And then I'm going to come up. So we make a U stroke, but our U has that flare on it. Okay? I'm going to make the blue and the white. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint my petals. So my white is to the top. I'm going to come up to a point and then come back down. I'm going to stand up my brush, I'm going to come up to a point and then come back down. Pick up a tiny bit of paint every time. I'm standing up, I'm pushing my brush up to a point, and then I'm coming down. Okay, fix my brush. We always want our brush to have a nice chisel edge on it up here. Got my blue, got my white. My white is to the outside. I just want to fix my cup in here. Pick up my blue, pick up my white. And now I'm going to do the same thing, my white to the outside, except this time these petals are going to go out and to the front. Okay? Blue, white. This petal with my white to the outside is going to go out and back into the front. Okay, so there's the front view. Let me do one more for you guys. All right. Got my blue up top. I'm going to stand my brush up. I'm going to come in an angle. I'm going to make my U, and I'm going to come off at an angle. Pick up my blue and my white. I'm going to add my 3 petals. So I want to push my brush up to a point and then back down. In the middle, I'm going to put my brush up to the point and back down. And then out to the left, I'm going to push my brush up to a point and back down. Let me fix the paint built up. I'm going to get some blue and some white again. Go back to my runway. We want our brush to be thin and not have some crazy fibers going out all over the place. And again, my white is going away from me. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to push out with my white and come back in. And then I'm going to push out to my white and come back in. Okay, I'm going to wash my brush. Now I'm going to get a liner brush. I'm going to dip my liner brush in my light green. I'm going to twirl it between my thumb and my forefinger so we have a nice point on it. I'm going to put it right down here, and then I'm going to pull up, adding a nice center into our flower. Again, I'm going to twirl my paint. Liner brush is the only brush that I would say that it's okay to use some water with. I'm just dipping the tip of my brush in the water. I'm loosening up this paint a little bit. My citrus green is very, very thick, so I'm loosening it up. I'm still going to turn my brush between my finger and my thumb. I'm going to come to this next flower, and I'm going to add in the center. I'm just pulling in these little tiny greens. I'm going to come over here to my white. I'm going to add some white to the middle. And we have our two BlueBell centers, our main flowers. I'm washing my brush from before. I'm going to give it a rinse. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to do buds. So I'm picking up the blue and the white on my brush. And I'm just going to come out here. I'm going to put one bud. And then, so one petal and two petals. And there we have our little bud. I'm going to show you how we're going to set that in when we do our leaves and our stem. And then if you want, you can do one off to the side. It's the same way, and it's layering. We're going to have our white to the outside. I'm going to do it up here. So we're going to have a middle point, and we're going to have our petals come up and out, up and out. Fix my brush, pick up some more paint, and then we're going to do a couple of petals in the front. So we're going to come up and down, up and down, always keeping the white and down. Okay, we have a top view, a side view, and we have our buds. And I'm going to wash my brush. Give it a little rinse. And now we can do our stems. I'm going to double load with my green again. Pick up some of this floating medium, work it in. Dark, light, runway. Dark, light, runway. And then holding my brush upright, I'm going to make a stem. Make a stem. Make a stem, and then make a stem. Okay, and then for our little bud, we want those little lines, acrylic, I think it's called acrylic, holding our flower together. And then for our large flowers from the top view, we want a little bit of a leaf in the front. Just putting two tiny little leaves coming off our stem. And then for our side view, it's a little bit different. These are going to come out to the side and have a point. Okay? And then you can add a little bit of leaf to your stem. And these leaves have more of a rounded edge. I'm loading my brush. Get some more floating medium. Dark, light, runway. And I'm putting a little bit of pressure on my brush, flaring it out, and pulling them down into our, a little too much paint there, down into our stem. And there's our BlueBells. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.